Just south of your home in Pallet Town, there's this interesting patch of grass that no NPC in the game talks about, on Route 21. A place that you can only access later once you have the ability to surf. In the original Red and Blue, this place has quite a bit of biodiversity, while also being the sole home of Tangela. In Gold and Silver, however, which takes place years after Red and Blue, in what might be some really interesting environmental storytelling, this route is over 90% Tangela, having become overgrown, an area that with very little human intervention was taken over by these vines, likely due to the eruption of Cinnabar Island to the south. The reasoning behind this is never explicitly stated, and this could just be a game design decision to more immediately reward the player for checking this spot out, like they did with the 100% Tangela here in FireRed LeafGreen, but I think there's some actual merit to this interpretation, especially considering Professor Tangrowth's role in Pocopia. Without getting too far into spoilers, they're kind of like the symbol of resilience and survival. These vines that have managed to persist. And this carries over pretty well to what I've always associated Tangela with, growing up in the southern United States, kudzu. A vine that's maybe too resilient here. I never really used to think too much of it until one of my cousins visited from out of state when I was really little, obsessed with kudzu, finding it so fascinating. And then I played this game called Sim Park where it was treated as a disaster on the same level as Alien Invasion. Like with most plants and animals, you can get this nice little description of them.
This is a sedge. He is thriving.
But with kudzu, you get this. So I became really fascinated with this vine. Like, why is it such a disaster? And over time, I learned it was something that was originally introduced to help farmers. But with no natural predators in the United States, like the kudzu bug, where it's native to in Asia, which ironically has become its own invasive pest in the United States now, it grows wildly out of control, completely stuffing out the sunlight from any plants beneath it, and forming these hauntingly interesting structures. And I can't help but imagine them having eyes and little red shoes like Tangela. It's an ecological disaster where only the kudzu itself can thrive, like the 100% Tangela encounter rate on Route 21. I know I'm kind of just yammering on about something that was probably just a decision to make Tangela easier to catch here and to reward players, but I like thinking about the storytelling with it. And even though the game was clearly not designed with my southern US perspective in mind, nor do I think that was even the original inspiration at all, I've always had a special place in my heart for Tangela and Tangrowth, and I was really happy to see them represented as the survivor in Pocopia. In a way, it serves as a reminder to me of our human mistakes in the real world, introducing this invasive species that could theoretically run completely out of check after we're gone. And anyway, I've always really liked Tangela a lot, but I've never really used it on a team before, ever. Not even its evolved form, Tangrowth, that's been around for almost 20 years now. So I decided for my badge quest, I would shiny hunt a Tangela here. Very nice and simple, random encounter hunt. And much like kudzu, cats grew out of control and took over my stream layout that day. And here's what happened. You know, I used to think that fruit by the foot, the snack, was called that when I was like 4 years old. I thought that like they were claiming that the snack was so long that if you fully stretched it out, it would go all the way down to your feet. And I was like, I'm getting scammed. I was like, they're shorting us on this. It's not even by my foot. Very similar to how I misheard Outback Steakhouse. And I heard it as Outback Stay Cows. And I thought that they kept cows at the back of that place, and they were lying. I went to the back of the Outback Steakhouse, and I didn't see a single cow. And I thought that we were in a really, really shady spot for that reason. I didn't trust that place. Let's see, other misconceptions. I know I've told this a million times, but because of the clientele that I always saw walking into Hooters, like just a bunch of guys on motorcycles and on trucks, shiny Tangela! I thought it was a hardware store. I thought Hooters was a hardware store. Shiny Tangela! No way. 8,945. Let's hear some Ultra Balls. We just got Ultra Balls. We're stocked up. Honestly, Nest Ball would be really good for this thing. Dang, instant breakout. It's growing! This is the first Pokemon that the bottom right game has kept. Because the other shiny that this game found was merely but the Ghost of Marowak. Uncatchable. What a good looking shiny. The shoes are a little bit different too. The shoes are like magenta. There we go, we caught it. Hardware. It's relaxed. Just relaxing at the hardware store, Hooters. We got shiny hardware. Look at that back sprite. Oh, that's awesome. That's some excellent sprite work. Look, it's Professor Tangrowth. It's Professor Tangrowth. I decided to EV train this thing in defense, which is perfect to do off the 100% Tangela here. And, well... Dude, what the heck? Dude, what the heck? What the heck? I was EV training! What the heck? What the heck? Oh, wait, I can do this! I can do this! You have to be kidding me! I'm EV training my Tangela and, like... another one? Dude, what the heck? Oh my gosh! What on earth, dude? What on earth, man? How? Oh, if only I had that reaction recorded. I was shiny hunting in my Ruby badge quest on the side here, hoping for a dust goal or something, but that's another point for bottom right game. Same game as the first one. We have 2 Tangela now. What an insane development. What the heck? You know, I would name her like Hooters or something, but I'm gonna name her after the other topic of this video that I almost debated renaming hardware to. I'm gonna name her Kudzu. Oh my gosh, you have to be kidding me. Nature guess mild. She's lax. Shout out to Blue Vector. And now, since my Pokemon teams are very different across every game, I would just handle 2 at a time, going through the story events of Silphco and taking on the next gym leader, Sabrina. Hit him with the tickle! Hit him with the tickle! It gets this move at level 43. Yeah! This has been a really fun journey for me so far, and I'm starting to really appreciate the fact that I can't just play through all the games with one controller very easily. Save that for the hunts. 6 badges on every game. Serena's been defeated. Sabrina. Sabrina Carpenter. Now for the next badge. We're going to the gym next door. I'll see you next time.